your parents were young, people could buy cigarettes and smoke pretty much anywhere, even in hospital. Now, smoking is banned in almost all public places, and cigarette companies are no longer allowed to advertise on TV and in many magazines. So today, we are more aware about how bad smoking is for our health. Let me explain a brief history of smoking. Tobacco has been growing wide in the Americas for nearly 8,000 years. Around 2,000 years ago, tobacco began to be chewed and smoked during cultural or religious ceremonies and events. And the first European to discover smoking was Christopher Columbus. In 1531, tobacco was cultivated for the first time in Europe at Santo Domingo. By 600s, tobacco use had spread across Europe and England and was being used as a monetary standard, a practice that continued throughout the following century. In 1602, an anonymous English author published an essay titled Work of Chimney Sweepers, which stated that illnesses often seen in chimney sweepers were caused by soot and that tobacco may have similar effects. This was one of the earliest known instances of smoking being linked to ill health. In 1795, Samuel Thomas van Somering of Maine in Germany reported that he was becoming more aware of cancers of the lip in pipe smokers. In 1798, the U.S. physician Benjamin Rush wrote on the medical dangers of tobacco. In 1800s, Philippines became Asia's biggest tobacco producer. Cigarette-making machines were developed in the latter half of the 1800s. The first such machines produced about 200 cigarettes per minute. In early 900s, smoking escalated hugely during world wars to help soldiers relax and ease their pain. During the 1920s, the first medical reports linking smoking to lung cancer began to appear. Many newspaper editors refused to report these findings as they did not want to offend tobacco companies who advertised heavily in the media. A series of major medical reports in the 1950s and 1960s confirmed that tobacco caused a range of serious diseases. Based on Indonesian Smokers Survey 2016, regarding the matter of time, apparently almost a half of Indonesian smokers, 48%, admit that they began to start smoking since their late teens, around 18 to 20 years old. While there are also some of them, 30%, who admit that they had begun smoking since they were minors, under 18 years old. There are also 15% of Indonesian smokers who start smoking on their early 20s, around 21 to 23 years old. 5% on their mid-20s, around 24 to 27 years old. 1% on their early 30s, around 31 to 33 years old, and 1% on their late 20s, around 28 to 30 years old. Furthermore, there are 35% of Indonesian smokers who admit that they have been being a smoker for about a year to 5 years, while there are 32% of them who apparently have become a smoker for about 6 to 10 years. Moreover, there are also 31% of Indonesian smokers who have been being a smoker for more than 10 years. Regarding the matter of reason, the most common answer when asked about why they smoked in the first place is divided into two main reasons. The first one is 42% because of following their friends, while the second one is 40% because they did that just for fun. Moreover, there are also 34% of Indonesian smokers who admit that at first they smoked out of curiosity. Henceforth, about the reason why they continue to become a smoker after the first try, apparently half of them, 50%, admit that it was because of the addiction. However, there are also 41% of them, which is a lot, who argue that it was their own personal decision that they have become smokers in the end. Concurrently, there are also 31% of Indonesian smokers who admit that they become smokers because of their social environment. Almost everyone knows that smoking causes cancer, emphysema, and heart disease. So how come people are still lighting up? The answer, in a word, is addiction. Once you start, it is hard to stop. People start smoking for a variety of different reasons. Some think it looks cool. Others start because their family members or friends smoke. Most adults who started smoking in their teens never expected to become addicted. That's why people say it is just so much easier to not start smoking at all. There are no physical reasons to start smoking. The body does not need tobacco the way it needs exercise, food, water, and sleep. And many of the chemicals in cigarettes, like nicotines, are actually poisons that can kill in high enough doses. Cigarette smoking's effects are widespread and include damage to chronic bronchitis occurs when cigarette smoke prompts the airways to produce too much protective mucus. The smoker develops a chronic cough to clear their airways of the mucus so they can breathe. Emphysema occurs as cigarette smoke destroys the tiny air sacs inside the lungs that allow oxygen to be diffused into the bloodstream. The process destroys the smoker's ability to draw breath, eventually making them gasp and struggle for air. The next is the effects of smoking in eyes. Smoking has been linked to the development of cataracts, a condition in which the clear lens of the eye becomes cloudy. Cigarette smoking also can cause macular degeneration and do damage to the optic nerve. The last is the effects in the mouth. Toxins contained in cigarette smoke damage the gums, causing them to recede and putting the smoker at greater risk for tooth decay. Smoking is a habit that drains your money and kills you slowly, one puff after another. Every time you light up a cigarette, you are saying that your life is not worth living. Quit smoking and start living. Thank you.